ancient heritage. Ancient heritage means your past, your blood somehow affects you to behave in that way. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your action. Now, attitudes, we have to know, do they change over time, like schemas? Schemas, as you get in information, you always change. But attitudes, they are relatively permanent, yeah? Your attitudes towards food, your attitudes towards clothing, towards study, they would be about the same. Towards drug addicts or towards snatch thieves, they would about be the same, yeah? A momentary feeling is not an attitude. So suddenly you have a feeling, today I want to eat sushi. That is not an attitude, okay? Attitude is more generalized towards a general thing. Now, attitudes are significant but limited to socially significant events. Okay, if you talk about the roadside plants, do you have attitudes towards it? Mostly no. If you talk about traffic light, do you have attitudes about it? Usually, yes, okay? Usually, traffic light works according to time interval, but they do not work according to whether which side has more car and then they would stop or let it go, okay? I have attitude towards traffic light because I've seen traffic light, they just go and stop according to the time interval, and they don't look at whether which sides have more cars, and traffic lights do not regulate that. Now, attitudes are generalized and involve some degree of abstraction. It's quite abstract, actually. Let's say if you drop the book, okay? In the long term, you would have a feeling of dislike towards dropping book. Or you can name me someone who likes to drop book and feel happy. Rarely not, okay? If someone drop a book, the attitude is that the person doesn't like to drop book. It's like, I need to pick it up. That is an attitude. You just don't like it, yeah? Attitude, the three parts: affective, behavioral, and also cognitive. Now, the affective component is the emotional reaction, okay? Some people, they would hate smoking because the father passed away because of smoking. Some people love smoking. The attitude is good because they watch too much advertisement about the handsome guy holding a cigarette in his hand, okay? Now, it's less on the fact, okay? Now, we are not pinpointing on facts, okay? But we look onto the culture or the moral or the religious beliefs, and then this can be created through classical conditioning. We are conditioned in this way. Yeah, if it happens every time, we can condition ourselves to have that kind of attitude. Now, operant conditioning, okay? Operant conditioning hereby means if you get rewarded more and more, your attitudes toward it's always better. If you score highly in your exam, your attitude towards your study is fairly high, okay? Or you have a good attitude. But if you fail every time, I'm sure you'll be the first to run out of your school and you'll be the first to drop out because your attitude towards study, it's already gone. You have changed your attitude, I mean. Yep, let's say doing housework, husband likes it, your attitude, you like to clean your housework because your husband likes having a clean house, okay? Now, or scoring your high grades in exam. So parents happy, of course your attitude is that I need to work more because parents happy or parents compliments are very important, yeah? Now, behavioral components, it's observant of people's behavior or the behavior. After that, of course, you go to your cognitive aspect, yeah? If a snatch thief kills victims, one will slowly has feelings of hatred towards snatch thieves, okay? Now, we have read a lot of news about snatch thieves, yeah? Experiment on the same issue. Now, good behavior shows good attitude, and also bad behavior shows bad attitude. It's like a line, okay? There was an experiment being done that shows good behavior or it shows good attitude. Now, the cognitive component is how you process the situation. Like just now we talk about the attribution. How do you attribute it, okay? Snatch thief, a lot of people attribute it to the person, okay? The person being lazy and just snatching gender of a weaker person of a weaker gender. Yep. We rarely attribute a snatch thief to his poor, his father forced him to do that. Now the cognitive component, it looks to your thoughts, okay? You might hate smoking because of its harmful effect, okay? Personally, I hate people who smoke. I don't mind them smoking, but if they smoke in front of me and the smokes just pass through my face, you can really see from my behavior or from my look that kind of attitude I have towards smoking. Now the structure of attitude, it can be one-dimensional, positive or negative, or dual-dimensional, meaning a combination of good and bad attitude. Now, most of the things that we have, it's going to be just a one-dimensional. We feel good about something or we don't feel good about something, okay? But sometimes when we couldn't make a conclusion towards something, we would have a dual-dimensional. It can be sometimes good, sometimes bad, okay? Let's say if you want to come to an evaluation of a person, and the person is just too new for you to make a conclusion, you would have a dual-dimensional of an attitude. Now, this one will create an attitudinal ambivalence, meaning your attitude is a bit uncertain, okay? Hereby, let's say the job interview process, okay? You might come to a conclusion that you like this person, but also you don't like this person because you haven't absorbed enough information for you to make a conclusion about what attitude you want to put onto that person. Another example would be, let's say, a questionnaire. If you look at Likert scale hereby it means 1 to 9, 5 being neutral, 1 being most hate, 9 meaning most like, okay? Now, if someone marked 5, the person has a rather an attitudinal ambivalence, meaning it's a bit good, it's a bit bad, I'm on the neutral side, okay? I'm still not swifted by either side, yeah? Attitudinal ambivalence. Now the functions of attitude, what are they for, okay? The first one is to predispose. Now it means they guide or influence us to behave in a specific way, okay? The second one is to interpret. Now it means that they provide convenience guidelines for interpreting and categorizing objects and events and to decide whether to approach or to avoid them. Next one is to evaluate. Yep. Means that they help us to stand up for those beliefs and values we consider very important to ourselves. Now, Keats in 1960, he proposed there are different aspects of functions of attitude. The first is utilitarian or instrumental. Here it means your attitudes towards something, you like it or you don't like it because it rewards you or it actually punishes you. People in Malaysia, we love aircon. Why? We have good attitude towards aircon. Why? Because aircon cools us down. But if you ask someone who loves green, who is an environmentalist, do you like aircon? They would say, no, I prefer fan because aircon produces CFC that breaks down the ozone layer that really harms the earth, okay? Now, it either rewards you or punishes you. Next one is the ego defensive. It means the attitude that protects us from contradictions of belief, okay? We would have a certain attitude because we don't want to contradict with our own belief, yeah? Now, this is the terror management theory. I'll look up on that. Next one is a value expression. Now, we express who we are, okay, or the belongingness, okay. We have attitudes towards some people, they love their country so much because they have an value expression. It allows them to express who they belong to. They are proud to hang on the flag of Malaysia. They are proud to say that I am a Malaysian, okay, because it makes them feel good, yeah? Next one is the knowledge. Attitude, it comes by because of your knowledge and your experience. Now, it also helps us to organize, to store, and also manage and come to a conclusion about this world. As we have said just now that we have a need to come to a conclusion about what's happening around us or what is this world about, yeah? Now, other functions, other people propose the object appraisal, meaning it's energy saving. Once you have an attitude, you don't have to go through too much of thinking and thoughts. Your behavior stood out really quick, okay? It saves time, it makes life easier, and also it makes a quicker decision.